Hey everybody, good evening. This is Totally Tropical Todd with a quick update on Hurricane Milton. I promise to keep this one quick. Uh, Milton is back up to a Category 5, so when the with the eye wall replacement cycle and the storm expanding, it did weaken a little. Now it's back up to a 5, 165 mile an hour winds, sustained winds. The track did wobble a little towards the southeast, so the cone has shifted south. And the central track is now tracking just south of the Tampa Bay area. Um, the cone is still, Tampa Bay is still well within the cone, and north of Tampa Bay is still well within the cone. But it did shift to the south a bit. Not great for our friends in Sarasota, so heed this. The storm surge warnings have not changed dramatically. The only thing that's really changed is some of the rainfall forecast. There is considerably more rainfall here through the I-4 corridor, but otherwise, the peak storm surge. Sorry, the peak storm surge map has not really changed too much, except for maybe here in North Palm Beach, north of Palm Beach to the Sebastian Inlet, we're looking at 1 to 3 feet. A little bit more further to the south now. Not too much has changed on this map. Not too much has changed at all, except for the track is maybe a little bit further to the southeast. They are still saying it will make landfall as a Cat 3 and will likely be a Cat 1 or 2 as it crosses the state, but will retain hurricane strengths as it goes across the peninsula. So unlike hurricanes we've had in the past that kind of once they make landfall they sort of fizzle out, this has enough strength and power to move across the peninsula as a hurricane, and retain a lot of its strength. Another thing to take note is that it is growing in size. So the areas that are going to be affected by the hurricane force winds, by the tropical storm force winds, if we look at the wind speed probabilities here, I'll go over to 50 knot. You could see, quite a wide area that of this high wind speed potential. So, even here in South Florida, we've got a chance of seeing, these 50 knot, 58 mile per hour winds. If we go up to the hurricane wind speed probabilities, much less likely for us. But you could see, along the west coast here, very high chance of getting hurricane speed winds. Obviously, as this moves closer, these percentages will go up. So this is timing wise, we're still looking at, starting to get these real hurricane force winds Wednesday afternoon. It may be into the after midnight Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that it actually does make landfall, but it is tracking just slightly to the south now. So this is, so for friends in Sarasota, Susie, I'm talking to you here. Please keep in mind that you are well within the cone of this. You anywhere in this cone, right, could get a direct hit, right? This cone is not the area that's going to be affected by the hurricane. The entire peninsula will feel the effects of the hurricane. This is the area that the eye can go over, right? So all the way down, it's down to Fort Myers, all the way up north of Tampa, to Cedar Key, Cedar Key. This entire area here is the area that may get direct the landfall of the hurricane. So, just because the track has shifted south doesn't mean, that it's not going to go right over Tampa Bay. It just means that the cone has shifted south. So keep this in mind. Please heed all evacuation warnings. This is, if you guys have been watching me for doing this for years, I'm never one to be calling the sounding the evacuation alarm. This is the first storm that I've reported on where I have adamantly told my friends and my family that you should evacuate if you're in an evacuation zone. Please heed those warnings. I'll be back on, tonight if anything significant changes. Otherwise, I'll update you guys tomorrow.